what's beautiful is the way you're talking about it. It feels very heart-led. You know, it's not, right, we need an organisation to do this, this and this. It's you know, as you said, seeing a gap, but driven by organically, right, by a resonance and starting with something and then seeing what the world needs. And so you're not dictating, you're kind of like, okay, you tell us.
Well, dare I say, it's a bit like a dance. You don't know how a dance going. You take the first step, right? You take a hold, and music plays, and off you go. I mean, sometimes you have a choreography, and sometimes you don't.
Right?
You got to start somewhere, yeah. So.
Yeah. So we people have said to me, well, like, what is it, and where, how is it going to evolve? And I'm like, well, I can't. It's really, that's why it's not a simple question.
No.
At all. We have a starting point, and I think it's a very good starting point. We've been very conscientious with it. We've done a lot of research into it, and we have used other models that work to create this point. But interesting, people have in the past asked me how, for guidance maybe, or questions about where do I go for this and and that has always been like, yeah, where do they go? There isn't anywhere for them to go to get
a specific help.
Help or guidance notes or information or translated sports research into real lived experience as well. I think that's also key. And I know personally for me that sometimes I think, well, I'm not qualified in any of this. Like, psychology or sports psychology or business. I don't have any of those degrees, but I have 40 years experience in this business through all sorts of ups, downs, ins, outs. I kind of know this business really, really well. So that's my degree. Andrew comes at it from a different perspective as well.
I think you got a lot more. I've got 40 years experience. That more, yeah.
Well, keeping my age a bit.
So yeah, I guess.
I was going to say, what do you personally believe you bring?
Yes, and Kate as well. She has a degree, which is amazing. So we can always, ask her for her advice, or the articles that she writes will be coming at it from a different perspective.
So who do you see, if you just had to narrow it down, to who benefits?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No matter where you are.
So anyone in the dance sport community.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited about, actually, is what we're building is for everyone, from the beginner, the competitive world, the social world, judges, promoters, parents, same-sex
Studios.
studio owners, I mean, everything. And that's what actually gets me excited, actually, is that anyone in our dance industry, anyone can come and hopefully benefit. I really hope they benefit, and we give impactful support,
and
tools, empowering resources to anyone. To begin with, like I said, we're just starting out, so please bear with us while we get all our resources in
a row.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, that's what I'm really excited about, is that what we're building and who for. Absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
And what floats to the top in terms of what feels like the most important thing to land at the moment?
For me, it's really important that people have choice, that they can choose to go and read something and get the information about it, to then make good choices for themselves, for their child, for their dance school, their own personal life. It's a lot of the time we feel like we don't have choice, but that is related to information. So we don't get the information. Therefore, how can we have a choice? So, yeah, for me, it's like, it's you can choose. You can do it this way, or look, we didn't know that we had this, and this as well, to make better informed choices for ourselves.
But I think also, Nicole, maybe for you particularly, like it's the young generation, it's the next generation that are coming through, that we don't pass down the faults of our fathers, of the past generations, that we give them as Nicole was saying, more choice. But I think it's the next generation that really are the most vulnerable and the most, we can help them. But also, the older generation. But there's no one sector that we feel.
No. And I think also just because a lot of what we have in the dance world is inherited from previous generations. And it's not to say that everything that they did or those inherited things are bad, because every generation just does what it knows.
To the best of their knowledge.
Yeah, 100%. And the world has changed so much technology-wise, especially in the last 20 years. But we have to keep moving forward with that as well. Providing, more information, being a little bit careful with, trying to just do it one way because that's the way it's always been done. I think that is no longer, it doesn't float. People are quite resistant to that idea as well. So it is always trying to remain open.
I think it's a line towards dance. It's like the value of tradition and structure and all that stuff, as well as evolving. I think that's always the dance.
Yeah, and I think we can have that dance, that partnership, absolutely. And I think it's very important. There are so many things, valuable things, from the past as well. It's not to get rid of that at all. I think it is to find a way to speak a more modern language.
But also to understand the underlying values of our culture, the transparency, the honesty, hopefully the kindness and compassion towards dancers and people. That for me is where I'm most passionate about, the values that underlie a culture, and how can we amplify those values and bring them to the fore.